Hi, welcome to my channel. This is Chris, and I want to welcome you back. This is my November layout share, and this month I had a pretty productive month. I made a total of 34 layouts. 31 are here, which I'm going to share with you today, and then 3 I made for an upcoming Christmas hop, and so those I'm going to save, but they'll start coming out tomorrow. So there'll be several more, hopefully 12, but right now there's 3. So the first one I made was for my Upstyle video challenge, and basically I took a layout from, I want to say it was early 2000, from a magazine, and their element had a heart with a photo strip across, and what I did was upstyle it with a cut file, mixed media behind. I did use some rub-on butterflies, and this is a picture of me and my daughter when we were in Germany. So this is the first layout. Everything's getting caught. The second layout was also for my Upstyle series, and this one was from a Creative Memories formula book from back in the day, and they had like a sticker element in the corner and then border stickers coming off each side. So what I've done is made a shaker pocket. I include some of the Mrs. Grossman and Creative Memories stickers and as shaker elements, along with sequins and wood veneers. And then I used some of the Mrs. Grossman stickers going up the side, but I kind of freshened it up and made it look like something we'd make now, but with the same format. The next layouts are for Mini Kit Monday. So the first one I made was this one. It says Daddy's Girl, and this is of my husband and my daughter 30 years ago when she had her first pony ride. And I just did some hand stitching on this one, and I did follow a sketch from Jen Shao, and so I really liked how this one turned out with the butterflies and the flowers and a lot of fussy cutting. The next one, I can't remember if this one came from a sketch or not. This is also the Mini Kit Monday, and so this is of my daughter and her aunt in Florida, and I do have a process video for this. And this is pictures of her from 1993. The next one is of my husband on the beach hamming it up. And sorry. So this is with the wild horses in North Carolina, and I just did a lot of fussy cutting and layering, and I again used a lot for my mini kit. Sorry about that. This one was for the Mercy Tira 27-day challenge, and I used a Paige Evans cut file, some Paige Evans butterflies that I fussy cut out, and I backed the cut file with some vellum. This also has a process video up on my channel. And this is a picture of my sister and I at the American Girl doll at Mall of America. This is also a Paige Evans cut file, and this is just something I backed with my scraps that I had from a 6x8 paper pad, and then I used some of my older stash stickers, and I believe I have a process video for this one as well. Now the rest of these I don't have process videos for. I went away last weekend on a retreat and have been kind of busy with that and work, so I didn't get to do the last 2 Freeze Fridays. Sadly, last night we had to say goodbye to our cat who we've had for 19 years, so it just was a hard day. So hopefully next weekend I'll get back onto the every Friday freeze updates, which is still going well. I've avoided Black Fridays, so all good. But this was from the Secret Not Secret Kit Club party, and this was a challenge. You could do the Prince or the Pauper. And with the Pauper, you just could use white paper. You could use a 6x6 paper pad, I believe, and you could use a pen. So basically I backed all my pictures using the 6x6 paper pad. I fussy cut flowers out from the same pad. This was a title page that was in that same Simple Stories 6x8 paper pad, and so I fussy cut this flamingo out. And these are just pictures of my family when we had gone on vacation by the pool. So you have my grandkids, my niece, and just all the kids having a good time, the next generation having fun playing together. These were all what I made last weekend at my crop. I made 25 layouts, and I kind of did it different this year. I went through on the Saturday and I made all base pages. And then after I was done making all the pages, I went back and embellished each one. So it was kind of a different technique to do. I don't know if I'll do it again, but we had limited space, and so I was trying to limit what I was bringing up on the table. So I started out with just working with paper, put that away, and then I came out with just working with embellishments and that out of that iris container. So this is all that I came up with. So this is my son and his girlfriend, and I just did a very simple with the doily and some My Mind's Eye die cuts and some Maggie Holmes word phrases and just these are thickers, just a lot of stuff out of my stash, and then sprinkled some gold enamel dots. This is a picture of me, my daughter, my dad, and my grandboys. This was for my dad's 79th birthday, and it was the 4 generations, so it was kind of a special photo to have all 4 generations in that photo here. And I, again, just did a basic 3/4 with 1/4 and just kind of clustered around the picture. It didn't need a lot. The butterflies are very busy, so I tried to keep it very minimal in here. And then I backed it with a 10-inch doily. Now a lot of these I tried to use my 6x6 paper pads. I was trying to use them up. So I just took this piece of paper, and these were all from the 6x6 paper pads. I cut the squares, cut them into triangles, and arranged it on here. And then I just used some Maggie Holmes stickers to embellish. These are pictures of the Country Music Hall of Fame museum, and so I thought, the piano would be appropriate. We don't have a piano, so I thought this was a great place to use one on a layout. I'm not real thrilled with the color difference in the rows, but again, I'm just trying to use up stuff in my stash, so I'm letting it go, and it's on the page, and it's in the layout, and it's going to go in the book, and we're all good. This one is, again, using kind of from Janet with RTS, did her whole series of different cutouts with 6x6 paper pads. So here I just did the grid layout on the side. I have a picture of the Wild West town that we went to. These cork elements kind of reminded me of old time, and I thought they went with the 1880s town that we were visiting. I took my label punch and I punched out small labels and just ran those along the side, and then fussy cut some flowers out. And then I just sprinkled some black enamel dots on this one. This is the front of the 1880s village, and again, I used a lot of scraps. I think this was a full sheet, but it was all scraps within my my kit that I've been using up, and then just ran through with some embellishments and tried to stick it. This is more monochromatic and sticking with the blue tones. This one again was made with just scraps that I had in my bin. So this was of the restaurant that we were at and the diner, so I thought that the blue or the yellow that was the yellow green that was in the sign pulled out, the blue of the sky. My husband's wearing a lot of blue, so I thought the blue and the yellow all went good together, and I just simply did a simple kind of layout. Here I went and used hexagons and just ran a diagonal down the side. And I thought this was kind of funny because I've had this capture, and I'm sure they wanted it for capture the moments. Well, I'm using it as they captured my husband and put him in jail. So I thought it was kind of an ironic kind of word and a play on that, since it's him hamming it up in the jail. And then I just used other embellishments that I've had in my stash, and then again sprinkled just various colors of enamel dots that matched the hexagons that I put on there. And I also did ink the edges of the hexagon with the walnut stain distress ink. Here is just a picture of Mount Rushmore, again using scraps. And I really tried to use up as many of the scraps as I could to keep from, keep it used up. I didn't want to bring a lot home. And this one, this is all, the last layout and this layout was using the Shimelle Go Now Go kit. This would have been with Go Now Go too. And I was trying to stick primarily with that kit. I think this needs to go up here. May have to glue that down. I'm having trouble with my fine line bottle. It just doesn't want to unscrew at the top. So I got to watch how I unscrew it. I think I've had this probably for 4 or 5 years now. Actually, I'm going to put that there. There, now it's more on a diagonal. So again, with the Shimelle Go Now Go. And these were the bears at Bear Country USA. And again, I just used a lot of the, to me, this kind of was more of the woodsy area that you'd see in South Dakota. And the bears were having a blast. Their keepers were having them go swimming in their little pond, and they were happy and having fun. So I thought that went well, and it made me smile. So I just thought those worked out perfect for this layout. And this one is more of the Shimelle Go Now Go, and I just did your basic vertical going down the center, and then I put some banners in, and then just clustered in with adventure, and just a picture of the entrance of Bear Country USA and my husband, again goofing around. This is one from March, and this is another picture of the Nashville Country Music Hall of Fame. So this is just in the hallway, and if you look closely at the building, it looks like a piano keys, so it's kind of cool. And then they have a giant guitar that you can go into and look out, so my husband's looking through there. And then I just used a guitar pick that I picked up at the souvenir shop, and then sprinkled some wood veneer. And again, this is all from Shimelle's Go Now Go. This is a picture of my granddog, Bear, and he's adorable, and so therefore I have the word sticker saying adorable, love, XO. I just fussy cut out a lot of flowers, so cute, and just, again, put it on a doily. And even though he's a boy, he's on a lot of pink because Grandma likes pink, but I thought the pink and black weren't really good with his dark fur. This is a layout that from, I think this may have also been from, oh, I just did this off a sketch that I think I found on Pinterest, not positive, but I just did strips of the paper going across, and then I used some Pink Fresh embellishments to decorate it. Hello Sunshine, and this was the campground that we stayed at in North Carolina, and I just did banners, and to make them stand out I just took my Pilot G2 pen and outlined. And I thought the paper with, you know, the sunglasses and all this, and these were all made from scraps. Now there's some debate on how you say gribbet or if it's ribbit. I looked it up. It said gribbet, so we're going with gribbet. But I used some of these square tile thickers that I've had for a while and haven't been able to use, so this worked out good. And then I had taken a 6x6 pad and cut them into small 3-inch strips, and then staggered them like bricks going below and up above. And then I took some, I had some flares, some wood veneer, and some chipboard, and just kind of did the 2 clusters. And this would be at, in North Carolina on Emerald Island. This is at their aquarium. Again, more photos of us on the island with the wild horses and overlooking the lighthouse. And for this one, I just did the tags using the 6x6 pad. And then I just, for the, I believe this is Maggie Holmes, the unicorn, I cut the horn off, and now it's a horse instead of a unicorn. And I was able to get some of these Heidi Swap bows on. And I liked how that one turned out, just running it up the side. This is back at the 1880s Village in South Dakota. And for this one I used a sketch and did a banner going across. And a lot of this is that pink paisley Sweet Freedom. And I used some of the cutouts from there and some of the puffy stickers from the Sweet Freedom line. And then just put a few enamel dots, and then I'll journal on it. This is another photo from the 1880s museum, and apparently they had used items from the museum to for the filming of Dances with Wolves. So a lot of the movie set items are in one of the barns in the museum. So they have the whole floor. So they have like the horse, the sod hut, pictures of them from the filming. And so this is just more of the movie set items that we had seen. And then again, I was using a lot of the items from Sweet Freedom, wood veneer, and just some other little random things that I've had in my stash. And then I used movie strip washi since it was related to a movie. This was from this March when we went down to Nashville, and we went for a tour of the Jack Daniel's distillery, which is really cool. And so for this one, again, I used from a sketch, and I just cut the squares and put those across the bottom, and then did a the strip and did corners rounding on that, ran the title up the side, and then I ran another out of the 6x6 pad. I made a tag and just put it here in the corner with a little bit of a flower embellishment. And again, I'll go in and do the journaling probably up here. This was in Nashville from a few years ago, and we had stopped by and saw some of the different bars that were along Broadway and then off Broadway. So we went and by Tootsie's, and we went to the Silver Dollar Saloon, and unfortunately that's no longer there. But listen to this guy sing, and I really wish I knew who he was, because he was an awesome singer. So I try to pull out more of that pinky tones from Tootsie's, and then the lighting within the Silver Dollar had the kind of the bluer purple tints to them. So I thought I could get away with the pink paper on here, and I just highlighted it with a camera, the stars, and then I did have some stickers that had microphones and guitar picks and a guitar, and then I just said awesome, because he was really an awesome singer. Sorry, my phone rang, so we had a little bit of an interruption. This is another photo block from the Country Music Hall of Fame. And again, I pulled more of the instrument stickers and just did the title of Country Music Hall of Fame. And then I used one of the pressed pennies that we got while we were there and put that in the corner. And it's just some photos of the different legends of country music. Glenn Campbell, Elvis Presley. This is Marty Robbins. So just some of the photos of the different people that have been honored. And this is a layout, that design that Chamel's done in her layouts. And so if you go into, I want to say it's under her Glitter Girls collection of videos. I believe she's got the videos on using some 6x6 in there, and this is a layout from that. And then this is with Maggie Holmes Bloom, and so basically all I did was run strips of paper up the side, and I either scalloped them or I did the French cuts all the way up, and then I just fussy cut out some of the butterflies and cameras and some of the roses, and put it onto the wood grain, and then it's just Jack Daniel's tour. So again, these are my kids. My husband is in the background. He's kind of hidden, and just touring the Jack Daniel's distillery. This is another one from the 1880s town. And again, I think this is a layout that's inspired with a sketch from Pinterest, I believe. But basically, I'm just taking the 6x6 pads, corner rounding, and then putting the strips underneath. And then I just did some washi tape, did my title down here, 1880s town, and then just did a couple clusters in here of the flowers. And this is the last one. This again at the 1880s up in their barn, and this is more of the movie set items, so like the skinned buffaloes that they had filmed, or Tatanka, and one of the Indian tents. And then I just used the Sweet Freedom again as some of the layouts. And I want to say this is also from the 6x6. So that is all that I've done. I want to thank you for joining me, and thank you for putting up with my little bit of an absence for the last couple Fridays. Like I said, I hope to get back on track. Starting tomorrow, there's going to be the 12 days of Christmas, or starting Monday will be the 12 days of Christmas. And so I'm hoping to get a few more. Right now I know I have 3 layouts in, and depending on how work goes, I'm going to hope to get some more up there to participate in that. Monday will be Mini Kit Monday, the start of that, so I'll be getting a kit together, and then we're just going to get ready for the holidays. So I want to thank you for joining me today. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments below. If you haven't already subscribed, please do so, and you have a wonderful day, and thanks for joining me.